Well, welcome back and thanks for joining us at 6:43 this morning, and thanks for joining us on 13 on your side. Now, yesterday felt a little bit like a reality check. After we had Fool's Spring throughout much of this past week, the colder temperatures are back, and so was even a little bit of snowfall. Taking a look out at Holland yesterday out at Windmill Island Gardens, this is what we saw. A couple of rain showers throughout the morning and early afternoon, but watch as this transitions over to snow chances instead, with even a little bit of accumulation, especially on grassier surfaces and colder areas. Temperatures that have been dropping consistently since yesterday morning. Yesterday, we did hit our high for the day very early Friday morning, and since then we've been falling through the 30s. That leaves us in the 30s at this point as well. 13 weather ball is green, no change foreseen, as we're staying in the 30s, pretty seasonable throughout the rest of the day. This is sponsored by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. Here's where those temperatures are headed, lower to mid 30s. That's seasonable, very normal for this time of year. Not too much of a breeze. We're only seeing a couple of flurries, but all things considered, today is fairly quiet. Tomorrow, we do start to see winds picking up a little bit. We could be seeing wind gusts that are over 35 miles an hour at times. Temperatures that are still going to be in the lower 30s for the most part. Pretty seasonable still for our Sunday, but we're also going to be seeing additional snow shower chances. So here's what we're seeing today. Possibly a couple of flurries, but little to no accumulation is expected. Potentially up to about half of an inch, but that's pretty much it. Throughout the rest of today, starting to see things picking up. That's especially into this evening. More snow showers overnight and lasting with us into tomorrow. This is going to be a fairly light snowfall though, so we're not expecting a lot in the way of accumulation necessarily, especially considering where we've already been this winter. Still though, the return of some snowfall nonetheless. Here's how much we're expecting by Sunday evening as things are starting to wrap up. Up to an inch or so around the Grand Rapids area, possibly a little bit more than that. I do think a lot of that is going to compact enough though that we're close to about the half-inch to inch mark. Closer that you get to the lakeshore though, starting to pick up some of those totals, especially up towards Ludington, Hart, Pentwater, 1 to 3 inches possible, maybe a little bit more than that in very isolated localized spots because of lake enhancement. Southwest Michigan though, going to be picking up some more snow than the rest of us as we do start to see winds take on more of a northerly component, driving a lot of that lake effect down to our south and continuing into northern Indiana. So not a ton of accumulation. 1 to 3 inches is what we're talking about across West Michigan by Sunday evening. Temperatures that are consistently in the 30s, quieter by Monday, but also we are going to be colder. Temperatures that will only top out in the upper 20s. We don't stay there very long. Past that, warming back up into the 30s, more seasonable, heading into Wednesday and Thursday next week. And by Friday, looking at temperatures that could be back in the 40s to actually be above average as we're heading into next weekend. As far as today goes, though, right on par with where we usually are this time of year. Temperatures out near the lakeshore topping out in the lower 30s, just shy of freezing right now, and only going to be around and possibly slightly above the freezing mark into this afternoon. Not too much of a breeze. Northern zone in the lower to mid 30s, and our southern zone also in the lower to mid 30s. Your 13 on your side, 7-day forecast. Snow shower chances that will be picking up tonight into tomorrow with breezy winds Sunday, lasting with us into Monday. We're also keeping an eye on another system Tuesday that would continue into Wednesday, starting as snow, transitioning to a wintry mix heading into Wednesday night.